You knew what I was going to say.
It'll get done when it gets done.
It'll be done in March when me and Scott are sitting at home with our feet up.
I'll eventually get it done.
All right, folks.
I'm a busy man. It takes some time.
I found, by the way, welcome to the Blue and Gray Show right here on Sports 56 WHBQ 96.1 and 87.7. I'm John Stacy. Over there making noise is Drew Barrett, and in studio with me, Scott Dill. Okay, now, everybody, I had promoted this week that Sam and Ray Kraft were going to be in studio with us. Well, they had a family emergency today, and due to that, they're unable to be with us. Now, Sam is going to join us by phone a little later in the show, but for now, sorry, we're not going to do that. We will try and get Sam in here in the future. He was really looking forward to it. He was calling me a lot. So that tell you anything. I want to thank, let's get the housekeeping out of the way real quick. I want to thank Tiger Paws Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning. They are the reason we're here, as is Wolf Chase Honda, Bartlett Home Furnishings, Tiger Bookstore. Don't forget those game day shirts. Those game day shirts look pretty good this week. Have you seen the new one?
My wife showed them to me.
The stars and stripes. Yeah. I kind of get it. DTC Investments, Thai Smokehouse Barbecue, and our newest sponsor this year, Smith Doyle Contractors. I will tell you this: our VA program is going better than it went last year.
How many tickets you getting?
We took 34 over there for the Navy game. 34. And 4 parking passes, thanks to the good folks down at Accelerated Trucking down in Olive Branch. They provide us with 4 parking passes, and that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Because they have to haul those guys around in vans and stuff like that, and to get the parking, because you don't get parking. All the parking is sold.
Yeah, I know. I've got passes. Drew, where do you park?
In Georgia.
I Uber or ride with somebody.
Really?
Can't drink and drive if you don't drive.
Oh, why did I know that was going to be the next? And we were talking about his wedding today. You know, you have to actually spend like $100 to ask guys to be your groomsmen now.
No.
Yeah, not happening.
Yeah, it's a big production now. Everything's got to be big. And
So how many are you having?
6 total.
He's going to go broke before the wedding gets here. It's okay. All right, let's talk some football. This is our annual family show. And folks, there has been a long history of fathers and sons, uncles and brothers and cousins, and a lot of them you don't think about.
Yeah, there's a couple on here that are not on here.
Yeah, I know, but you see, that's what I'm telling you. They're not very good at keeping records over
The
there.
Borky brothers that play with me.
I got the Borky brothers on there. You need to pay attention.
I guess. I didn't see them.
Uh-huh. They're right up there. I had the Borky brothers on there. We just talked about it earlier, didn't we, Drew? They were the biggest brothers of all.
Yeah.
Because there's 3 of them. And then...
Dennis, Tim, and Keith.
And Keith, exactly. And then they were the second one on the list. How did you miss that?
I guess I
got them all. I got them on there. There was a couple that I think have slipped through the cracks, but it's sort of fascinating how many. We have 2 sets of brothers on the team now. Cole and Cade Mashburn, and Quindell and Kendall Johnson. So those are the 2 brothers. Now we also have some sons following in Dad's footsteps. So that's what we're going to start with tonight.
All
right. So they're recruiting Scotty. How many schools are recruiting him?
I don't even remember. He was
15?
8 maybe.
Okay.
He was a late bloomer. He was really tall and had to fill out.
Well, he was really big. And he's really big now. Scotty gets off the bus and the world tilts. That's how big he is these days. How much influence did you have?
I wasn't like I'd made him, but I definitely steered him this way.
Right. Well, when my daughter was going through her process of going to colleges, I just gave her a list of 4 schools she couldn't go to, and I wouldn't sign the VA paperwork if she did.
It's been nice though. He's here. It's easy to get to the games. We've enjoyed it.
Mama's
Maybe
happy.
more than he has.
Mama's happy.
Mom's happy.
So that's the thing.
Yeah.
One of the things about kids that don't think about when they go to college is I left home at 17. At Christmas, my 18th year, I was 18 years old, and at Christmas, I was on the other side of the planet. I'd have killed to have been closer to home.
Yeah.
So sometimes being close to home, but not at home, can be just as good as being on the other side of the country. So some of the kids, I think some of the kids don't realize that, but it is neither here nor there.
Yeah, some do. It was like I'm from Birmingham, and back in those days, it wasn't like a 3-hour
no.
drive. Now it was over 5 hours back
Right.
then. So it wasn't that far, but it seemed like a long way.
Yeah. So it was a different thing. Okay. Now, though, we have two sons on the team now. I am right. There's only two. And Scotty, of course, and Tim Hart. And both of them are playing significant downs this year. Now, as a dad, do you dad it, or do you fan it, or do you former player it out there?
Yes.
Or is it a combination of all three?
Yes. And I stress it. I stress.
So, how much coaching do you do?
As little as possible.
Okay.
They got great coaches, and
Well,
one thing
Ryan
with
Silverfield's
about to
pretty
be-
good at what he does.
Yeah, tomorrow Scotty will be 23. And
Wow.
A 22, 23-year-old doesn't like to,
Here, Dad.
not that much. He'll listen to me, but, unless I see something that I think will really help him, I try to, keyword try to stay out of it.
Right. But, I mean, you played this game for 18 years of your life?
Yeah, something like that. 10, 4,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
17.
it's kind of hard just to kind of let it go.
Yeah, and I actually kind of know what I'm looking at out there, so
Yeah.
I can pick
Well,
up some
I
things,
always
but-
get a kick out of people who think that they know about football more than people who know about football. Play calling is one.
Yeah.
Play calling, I get a chuckle out of it. I'm sorry.
Well, it's always bad. What a bad call. Why'd you call that when it doesn't work?
Right. Well, yeah, it
Same
all
play works next time, man. That was awesome.
Yeah. Well, the thing about it is you don't know. And Sells and I had this discussion last week. You don't know if the left tackle has had a bad week with his girlfriend and didn't getting off as quick as he used to. You don't know if that corner is just dominating that receiver or the receiver's just dominating the corner. You don't know there's how many things going into play calling? 50, 60 on a certain play? So I'm sure I'm going to get words about that, but I don't care. All right. How important is it to have legacies from one to the next?
Well, I guess it depends on who you ask, but I know all the guys that I know that their relatives have played here. It's a big deal for us. It kind of adds a little more excitement, in our involvement in the team, and hopefully it builds a good tradition because I think we're down a little bit right now because just a couple of years ago there was about 5 or 6.
Yeah, well, there was a ton
fathers
of
that
them.
played and their sons are playing now.
At one point, I think we had 5 or 6 on the field at one time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hopefully we can keep, recycling these guys and keep.
Well, then you got a
more.
guy like Sales who has nothing but daughters, so that's out the window. So I'm going to get a phone call in a little bit. You know
I'm
that,
being
right?
good right now. 'Cause it's,
He's going to have daughters, but that's okay. Boy, and I left my glasses. I have not had a good day today, folks. Let's see. We didn't play last night. Huh? Oh, no, I'm good. I'll survive it. But something big happened in the AAC, wouldn't you say?
I get, yeah.
Okay,
Which game?
UC Ref. And that's what I call him. I will always continue to call him that. And I'm not wrong, am I? I know you don't want to say it publicly,
tip
but
their way, but
come on. When's the last time you seen a chop block? I'm still mad about the chop block, but that's another. But that face mask yesterday that they didn't call against them could have
UCF
decided the game.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah. The Pittsburgh quarterback, it was obvious. And the announcers didn't even say anything about it. That's the part I don't get. Is these guys either they're going to church every Sunday and saying the right things, or there's something we don't know about? Which do you think that could be? I'll
So
quit.
we don't know about.
Yeah, I'll quit whining. But no, I thought the league, I thought the Tulane Houston game was entertaining.
Absolutely.
I don't think either team can tackle worth a damn. How do you have 8 guys in coverage and complete the pass, much less score a touchdown on it? Did you see it?
I did not see that play.
Oh, the last play of the game.
I watched all the most of the game, but I've watched so many games this weekend.
Yeah. Okay, Tulane had the ball. They did the fake
Yeah, I saw
kneel.
that. Yeah.
To which my response was, the last time I checked, the quarterback doesn't go running off to the right when he's kneeling on the ball. So you just you should have known at that point something was up.
Yeah, kind of. You remember what was the bowl? The Boca Bowl. Or when was that Western Kentucky did
Yeah.
that to us right before the half?
Right.
I don't like that play. I think.
But I mean, when the quarterback goes running off to the right, he ain't taking a knee, folks. No, and I get it work. But how do you put 8 guys in coverage, 8, and give up a reception, much less nobody tackled the guy, 3 guys around him. You hold him up, you make him work for that extra couple of yards, and let the clock wind down, and then you go play overtime. 8 guys in coverage. Damn. I don't know what else to say. We got Navy coming up this week too, and we'll talk about that. But I want to bring it up. I looked at Navy's stats. I don't have them here with us, but I'll go over. They have like 15 guys who've carried the football this year. You know how we have 8, 9, 10 receivers?
Yeah,
They got 15 guys who have carried the football. Wide receivers as much as running backs. I think more wide receivers have carriers than running backs because they run the fullback with the quarterback and then use wide receivers, interchanging them into the running game.
They run that option, so yeah.
Based on our defense this year, what you've seen out of our defense this year, we should be able to handle that relatively well.
I hope so. The good thing is if we can remember it, Southern ran an option,
Right.
kind of a triple
Which I
option.
personally think is why they were on the schedule.
Yeah, and so that gave us a little because it's the big thing about it is how many people run it, and it looks different. It's real important for you to stay with your assignment. And we've done pretty well against the Navy offense last
Right.
few years. So.
Well,
And our defense is really fast this year. I think that's going to help us tremendously.
we turned the ball over last year up there.
Yeah.
That was the long and short of that game. You can't turn it over 4 times and expect to beat much of anybody.
Yeah.
And I think that made all the difference in the world. And I think the defense at South Alabama, we interchanged 8, 9, 10 defensive linemen through the course of the game.
Yeah.
And getting them those snaps is important. Now, I said this last week, and tell me I'm wrong. Morris Joseph is the only guy that didn't go through the all-season conditioning program, and it shows.
I don't know.
Well, he's got the belly. The rest of them are lean and mean. Now, how many? And this is a question that I'm kind of been wanting to ask, and I haven't asked it because I hadn't thought about it. How many offensive linemen are we using?
About 6 guys, I guess, for the most part, unless somebody goes down with an injury or what have you.
Yeah, and the starters aren't playing in the fourth quarter very much, are they?
Not in the last 2 games. They played the whole game against Ole Miss,
Mississippi, yeah.
And then, the last 2, I think they came out they kind of mixed it up a little bit in the fourth quarter of Southern, and then the entire fourth quarter of the South Alabama, they were out.
Right.
They did move Manny to center, so he played center, and then they moved guys around. Most of the starters are out by the beginning of the fourth quarter.
Now, one of the things Sells and I have talked about on the show, and I bring him up because he was here last week, is Silverfield. That's the secret weapon with the turnover because you're getting the same message. Is it not?
Yeah. He's nobody realizes offensive line how much technique. You gotta be strong, you gotta be quick. But
See, I call it a skill position.
and
Not talent.
And he's a really good offensive line coach. I mean, he's
He keeps you quiet.
That's
And you know that.
like I said, you try to coach a 20-year-old, and it's It's yours.
Yeah, that trust me, I've raced too. I know.
Still feels good. He's good. I mean, they don't. You know, he doesn't need me other than I can catch Scotty one-on-one sometimes when he's around the house or whatever, and just show him some little things that, you know, I see.
Now, what's the hardest thing about being a dad and watching a game, knowing you can't control it?
Yeah, probably a little bit of that, and nervous, and you know, and he got rolled up on the Ole Miss game. Didn't enjoy seeing that, and you know, I think he's finally healthy from his knee, but you know, just watching him, and if you see him make a mistake, and not be able to run down there and tell him what he did wrong, you know, to help him fix it. But you know, but he's big, strong, he's doing good, and you know, fortunately, I hadn't had to do too much of that.
I have yet to see two tackles bigger than the two that we sport. Now, there's guys got bigger offensive lines.
Yeah,
but those bookends are as big as anybody in the country.
The bad thing for Scotty is the media guy. You know, they still got his freshman 6'7". He's
he's legit 6'9", easy.
Yeah, and I don't. You know, 6'8", 6'9" doesn't matter. He's tall, and you know, and Obiem is probably you know, right around 6'8", 6'6" and a half, 6'7" to 6'8". You know, they're both really tall, and you know, and move well.
Yeah, Coach Storms does a heck of a job with those guys. Well, if you'll notice, our offensive linemen don't look like a lot of other offensive linemen.
Like that?
There you go. I was being polite. The first time I've ever been polite, but that's okay. Did that make a difference in the fourth quarter, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you know, more extra weight you're carrying around, the harder it is to carry it around, right?
Yep.
And, you know, you can get away with it. They're in good shape, too. I mean, they worked hard this summer. But, yeah, you know, good athletic guys. If you know, as long as they've got the muscle and the strength to stop, you know, the pass rushers and move guys on the run, yeah, I mean, you don't need to be 350 to do that job.
I don't know if I've ever said this to you, but my contention is that there are talent positions and there are skill positions. A skill is something you learn to do, and talent is something that you just have the natural ability to do. So I call offensive linemen skill positions and call those ones that everybody else they call skill positions talent, because you learn how to be a good offensive lineman. You got to have some natural athletic ability. I get that part, but being a good offensive lineman is almost a learned skill, is it not?
Yeah, you know, defensive line. Same thing, you know. It's a lot of, you got to have that athletic ability, the size,
right.
And then but technique that's what you got to learn. And if you don't have good technique, you know, when you get to this higher level, you're not going to be able to survive. Well,
we saw yesterday in a few games that defense does not exist in college football in some places. For those of you who didn't sit up late last night, UCLA won their first game of the year after being down 32.
And somebody scored like 70-something points yesterday.
Yeah. I want to say Ohio State. Yeah, Ohio State.
Scored, what is it, 6 touchdowns in
76.
one quarter?
76.
Justin Fields had 6 touchdowns in one quarter.
Yeah.
But before we go to break, we're going to talk about something that happened today in the Dallas and Miami game. Because 2 Tigers showed out. Are you ready for that? Okay. Pollard not only had his first touchdown, he had his first 100-yard game of his NFL career. And I know Tony, and I know he's just probably beaming right about now. And I know Tori is really beaming right now. Mama gets real proud. But let's hear his touchdown right here.
With illness, and that's hurt this franchise as well because it's a young coaching staff and they needed him.
Here is Pollard all the way in for 6. For his first NFL touchdown.
Left-sided, Olawale, 49, nice block. Look at the block at the point of attack there by number 86, Dalton Schultz, the tight end.
There you go. Man, I tell you what, it's nice to hear our kids get success.
Absolutely.
And then on the flip side of that, I kind of feel for Bobby McCain because McCain's in Florida and they got paid. But here's what Bobby was doing today.
From the 38, fake to Ezekiel Elliott all day. Prescott loading up. Nothing there. Still looking. Prescott now launches way down the field. It's intercepted. It is picked off by Miami. Bobby McCain, the safety, has it.
The amount of time he had to throw the football usually means that someone will shake free downfield. So give credit to the Miami secondary for making sure that they found receivers and plastered to them downfield. And then Dak got a little bit greedy because at the tail end when he tried to throw it deep down the middle with Randall Cobb, never saw Bobby McCain, the former cornerback, now turned safety, playing center field essentially.
So 2 Memphis Tigers down there in Dallas showing out today.
Yeah, I told you earlier, the coolest thing was when earlier in the game, Pollard had a good run that McCain tackled him on, and Bobby got up and patted him on the back.
Pat him on the back.
Yeah.
All right, is he ready to go or is he calling back? Okay, we got a break. Okay, I'll go break, and then when we come back, we got another dad of a Tiger that's going to be.
Which one's that?
Oh, we'll find out when we get back. Right here on the Blue and Gray Show on Sports 56, 87.7 and 96.1. I got that order screwed up.
Craig Gaston, Eli Savoy. Sports 56 Middays comes your way from 10 till 1 every weekday. Presented by FedEx on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Hi everybody, I'm Jerry Jeffries from Tiger Paws Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning. We're proud to be in our 5th year being the title and presenting sponsor of the Blue and Gray Show. We are a locally owned and operated business that supports our Memphis Tigers.
We've done this one, Jerry. Let's try something a little different.
Different?
Yeah, for instance, you guys are an amazing carpet repair company too.
Anyone who's ever had pets knows that cats and dogs can destroy carpet. We can go to your home and save you thousands of dollars by repairing your carpet when you thought you would have to replace it.
Go on, tell them the best part.
What best part?
You know.
Oh, that I do the repair?
You hear? The owner of the company comes in and repairs your carpet that saves you thousands of dollars. Yeah, that's my favorite part. Okay, now the other stuff.
We can clean your whole home ceiling to floor for any budget, whether it's a one-time deep clean or regular visits to keep your home looking good. We can get you ready for that big party too, and on short notice. All you gotta do is call us to make an appointment. 901-327-1884. All of our services have a warranty and your satisfaction is guaranteed.
I love that part too.
Can I finish this?
Sorry.
We do free in-home estimates, so you will know the price up front and the results you can expect when we are done. We have special discounts for rental properties, military, and first responders as well. We are a company that gives you great service at a fair price. So call us at Tiger Paws Carpet Upholstery Cleaning, 901-327-1884, or look for Tiger Paws Carpet Upholstery Cleaning on Facebook.
The Blue and Gray Show is happy to have Tiger Bookstore back as our game day sponsor. Tiger Bookstore is...
Tiger Bookstore is my dad's favorite place to get his Tiger gear.
Dude,
yeah,
I'm busy here. And doesn't your family live in Missouri?
Tiger Bookstore's website is so easy that they can get their Tigers gear without leaving the house. Tiger Bookstore has got everything they need for tailgating, game day, and the latest in Tiger styles. I don't want to sound mean, but TigerBookstore.com is so easy my dad could do it.
Can I finish, please?
If you must.
Make sure you get by Tiger Bookstore before every home game to get your game day shirt for only $5. These shirts are a must-have for any Tiger fan. Tiger Bookstore is located at 3533 Walker Avenue, just off of main campus. Their friendly staff will help you get everything you need for the season.
Since 1974, Bartlett Home Furnishings has been locally owned and operated, furnishing homes in Memphis and the Mid-South with beautiful quality furniture. At Bartlett Home Furnishings, we believe in providing you with the best service, quality, and value. We're committed to selling the best quality furniture for the best price. Our designers love helping customers select the right pieces for their homes, creating the room of your dreams, all the while working within your budget. Visit Bartlett Home Furnishings today at 2755 Bartlett Boulevard or at bartletthomefurnishings.memphis.com. Go Tigers!
You guys have heard me year after year brag about my Wolf Chase Honda CRV mobile studio. Well, I got rid of it. That's right, no more CRV. Now I've got an HRV. I went to Wolf Chase Honda and traded the CRV for a 2019 HRV EX. I'm like a kid in a candy store with this car. It's got all the toys. I don't even have to take my keys out of my pocket to drive. With the Honda sensing technology that includes collision mitigation and lane keeping assist, I'm going to be safer on the road too. Oh, and it's a beautiful blue, like a tiger blue. Now is a great time for you to go see them out at Wolf Chase Chase Honda. They've got some amazing deals on Accord, CRVs, Civics, Pilots, and Fits in addition to the HRVs. They will not only make you a great deal, but they've got their premier service department in the Mid-South. Go by and see them at 2982 Germantown Parkway, which is just north of the Galleria, to get into a Honda today. Wolf Chase Honda, the official vehicle provider of the Blue and Gray Show.
Now, back to the Blue and Gray Show, brought to you by Tiger Paws Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning. Here once again, it's John Stacy.
We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family.
I could make some sisters jokes right there, but I'm not. He's too big. All right, let's get right back. Let's get to our first call-in guest of the night. He was a former Tiger. His brother-in-law was a former Tiger, and his son is now a former Tiger and current Chicago Bear. Tony Miller. Tony, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well, John. How are you?
Oh, man, I tell you what, I don't do off weekends very well because you know where I'm at.
Yeah, this wasn't your travel weekend, huh?
Oh, it wasn't. It's not even about travel weekends. It's about being down at the Liberty Bowl, too.
Yeah, that's true.
But
you're famous for...
oh, stop. Well, y'all were up in my section for the opener. How'd you end up there?
We got there at the last minute and found some good seats and watched a good game.
Yeah, it was. It was. How hard was it the first time you watched the Tigers play without Anthony on the field?
Well, considering we go to all the Bears home games, it's not too hard.
You're still getting to see him play.
Yeah.
So it is that we were talking about. I don't know if you heard me and Scott talking earlier. You played. How much input did you give Anthony when he was playing? How much how hard was it? Easier to be dad or kind of coach him from the sidelines?
Well, we have this routine prior to the game, even to this day. Since he knows I know down and distance, and I know the game extremely well. He'll give me some input on formations and plays that I know that he'll be running.
Right.
And I'll sit in the stands quietly until I see that formation, and I say, "Oh, okay, it worked out pretty good."
Okay, so you're less of a involved dad than some other ones we know.
To this point now, yeah.
Well, the kid's got a pretty good paycheck for playing the game, so you got to give to that, right?
Right. We when he was 10 years old, my wife made me discontinue coaching him and said, "Okay, now it's time to give him to someone else."
And I know your wife. You listen.
Yeah. Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? And you got a good one though. I don't know. You can't complain too much.
No,
I know she's a good one.
It was a prerequisite that she loved football before I married her.
Well, mine doesn't at all. Believe it or not, she couldn't care less about football.
She's actually in there watching the Saints game right now.
Oh, really? Funny, we are too. Now, when Anthony went to Memphis, he walked on.
That's correct.
He had scholarships opportunities elsewhere, correct?
That is a negative.
Negative. Okay, well then every college coach in this country is a moron.
Yeah, we had he had ample opportunity because we went to several different camps. He was winning first place in several camps. He won the Nike Spark camps here in Memphis, but they did not allow him to go to Seattle. They took another kid in his place. It got so funny, John, that when we would drive up to these different camps around the country, they would actually know who he was when we got out of the car. But he would receive no offers at the end of each camp.
I'm
talking about from the highest level, from from the SEC schools all the way down to Division II.
Wow. Well, I got to admit, I'm glad they did at this point.
It worked out good for him and us.
When he walked on at Memphis as a former Tiger, what kind of day was that for you?
Well, seeing as how both me and my wife are University of Memphis grads, it was very special to us that he decided to stay home and play for his hometown. And what they did was tremendous in the 5 years that he was there.
Yeah, I will agree with that. And it was I tell you what, he's a very fine young man. Those that don't know Anthony, he always a smile on his face and always a kind word for people he doesn't know. And I've never seen him turn down a picture. I've never seen him not shake a hand. And
that's great.
If you shake his hands, it will break your hand.
Got a little competitiveness to him also.
Oh yeah. I'll never forget the first time I shook hands with him. It was at the spring game one year. You probably remember this.
I do.
He shook my hand. I went, damn. Oh my goodness. He almost broke my hand. So in a day and age where you can't get a good solid handshake, he redefined it. But that tells me how he catches those balls one-handed doing monkey flips and stuff. Okay, how much of that is your talent?
Well, we had drills, all while he was growing up, but he loved the game from an early age, and it's now a blessing that he's able to perform at the NFL level.
Yeah, it is. Now I take it. Are they on the road or are they home this week? Tomorrow night
in DC playing the Redskins.
You're not going up for that?
My brother will be there.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he lives up there. Now,
and my sister-in-law.
As
okay.
Well as
other family members. We decided to sit this one out.
Okay. Now, we're talking about family relationships in Tiger football. Yours is one of the most in-depth of all of them, because not only did Anthony go where his father played, his uncle played there, correct?
That's correct. He walked on as well.
And so the history it's a family affair. And it's one of the things that I would like to see more of. I would like to see more of the kids whose dads were Tigers end up in Memphis uniforms.
Every week, it seems, I'm asked by fathers of players here in the city the advantages and disadvantages of staying at home, because several kids nowadays they want to get away from home as quick as possible and go to schools outside of Memphis, which is perfectly fine, but it is an extreme advantage when you can participate at home and see the fruits of your labor in your home city.
Well, and I think it's better it's not like they're living at home. So you could easily be 10,000 miles away, but when you're not living at home, but boy, it's nice to have that backup when you need it.
That's true.
They got a little bit of a home base fan crowd too.
Yeah.
A little support group.
So, now I take it you've already told Anthony that his son will be playing at Memphis?
No.
But I'm telling. Look, I can tell you this. This is coming, and you've met my grandson. He got his driver's license 2 weeks ago.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Do you remember him when he was just a snot-nosed little kid? Now he's driving around town.
Oh wow, that's incredible.
That stuff gets by you quick, doesn't it?
It does.
Because you probably were sitting there thinking this morning, boy, I remember when I changed that boy's diapers. And here he is on TV. Hey, Anthony's got a camp coming up, does he not, here in town?
He does, on October 13th, from 1 to 5, I believe. We'll be at Christian Brothers High School, his old stomping grounds.
Okay.
His high school. This will be his second annual camp. It's $25 per participant, and you can register online. Currently,
You're looking for that reading material, aren't you? Okay, where online can you go, Tony?
it's on at Everett. It's I'm trying to spell it for you. EverettSM.com.
Okay. I tell you what, can you post that on the Facebook page, on the show Facebook page for me?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can. I will.
Okay. And don't be afraid to give him our phone number.
Well, look, he is currently in the air, flying from Chicago to Washington.
Yeah.
As we talk right now.
Yeah. Well, but I'm here on off weeks. Yeah, we'd love to have him. He's a fine representative for this university and this community, and I cannot say enough good things about. By the way, you know the guy sitting across from me, Scott Dill.
Scotty Dill. How you doing, Scott?
I'm doing good. I'm hanging in there, just trudging through the season.
Now, did you guys play together, correct?
Yeah, what years were you at Memphis?
I was there from 83 to 85.
Yeah.
So y'all played together.
Uh-huh.
So you as a receiver, you just had to run away from his kind then, right? Is that-
Well, on the same side of the ball,
yeah,
so, you
that's
know.
We
no
were on the
fun.
same side of the ball, yeah.
Dang it.
I had to run from that amazing defense that we had.
Yeah, there's some guy named Harris.
Eric
Ferris.
Donnie Elder,
Yeah.
Burrows.
Yeah,
Hey, I tell you guys a funny story. I played at Melrose High School here in the city, graduated in 83. And I thought we did extremely well in Melrose. We only lost 4 games in the 3 years that I was there. But when I got to Memphis, Tim Harris hit me harder than any human being I've ever been hit by.
Tim.
God, you remember Tim used to wear all those forearm pads.
Oh,
yeah.
he hit me behind my head on the back side of my head helmet and basically blanked me.
So wrong.
That is something I wish I had video of.
I don't know if we had video back then.
No. No, you don't want to see the video of that?
No.
Matter of fact, we've been working on getting Tim on the show. It's just getting a schedule worked out with him out in Palm Springs. But we'll get him on.
He was here for the spring game.
Yeah, I saw him.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he's a heck of a nice guy. And he did Memphis proud in the league, too.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he was on the rivals of the Bears. So, well, you don't like the Packers either, do you,
I hate
Dale?
the Packers.
No.
You can tell he played at Minnesota.
Lose as long as the Packers lose. Now, I can't say I was a huge Bear fan either, though. In those days, Tampa, Minnesota, and we were in Chicago and Detroit.
Yeah.
We were on the same division. So.
I tell you what, the division is doing extremely well this year so far.
Yeah. Well, the Lions beat the Eagles today, which was sort of a surprise in that division. But hey, Tony, I'm gonna let you go, bud. We got to get in here and get to another break, believe it or not.
Hey, good luck, you guys, tomorrow night.
You're welcome anytime.
All right, thanks, Scott. Thank you
You're-
very much.
no problem, brother. If you need anything from me, just don't hesitate to call.
And I'll make sure I post that information on your site.
Oh, Greg. Glad to do it. All right, we'll talk to you later. All right, Tony Miller. All right. Now, he raised a pretty good football player.
Oh, yeah. And Anthony, he's so competitive. It was fun.
Oh, it's scary how competitive
He
that
came out and did one of the last year, one of these Friday night, night before a home game.
Right. The victory walk?
Yeah. And he did the speech, and I mean, he was getting fired.
He was ready to play again, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I tell you what, that kid, if I just, can you imagine him with a Danny Wimprine?
Yeah, I mean, you look at him, he's very similar to Odell Beckham Jr. They're the same type of player.
Right.
Same catches, same abilities, built a lot alike.
And then he's got that
But he's
quarterback in
good shit.
Chicago. Don't get me started on Trubisky. All right. We're going to take our second break. When we come back, Sam Kraft will be joining us. Do you like? See, I got all kind of. I didn't want to tell you about Anthony. I thought that would be a good surprise.
I haven't talked to him in a while.
Did you see the hit though with Tim Harris?
No, that was before. I think that was before I got there.
Oh, I would love that video of that. And Tony's over there cussing me right now. You know that, right? All right, we'll be back right here on the Blue and Gray Show, brought to you by Tiger Paws Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning on Sports 56 WHBQ 96.1 and 87.7.
From Penny, the Tiger player, through Penny, the Tiger coach.
Well, I think the main game plan is we can teach you, we're going to develop you, we're going to get you better.
For over 25 years, we have been real sports talk for Memphis in the Mid-South. Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
What's wrong?
My friend inherited a house last year. I've been trying to help him get it ready to rent, but he doesn't know what he's doing.
You should have called me. I know exactly what to do.
You know about rental properties?
Nope, no clue. But I know whenever life drops something like that in my lap, I simply call DTC Ventures. It's a group of legitimate entrepreneurs who give a fair price to people when they come into property they don't know what to do with. Remember our buddy Dana Capacaccia? He's the guy in Memphis. DTC Ventures has helped out people who've inherited properties, help lawyers liquidate estates, and stuff like that. Tell your friend to call DTC Ventures and talk to Dana Capacaccia at 901-553-9591. That number again, 901-553-9591.
Since 1983, Smith Noel Contractors Incorporated, a Cordova-based company, has proudly served the Mid-South's commercial and industrial construction demands. They set the standard for construction and contracting in the area and have won 16 ABC's Excellence in Construction Awards since 2005. Smith Noel Contractors' client list reads like a who's who in American business, including heavy industry, food manufacturing, retail, distribution, education, and correctional markets in 18 states across the Southeast and Midwest. Smith Noel will meet your needs as a general contractor or construction manager. They even do their own concrete and carpentry work. Their highly skilled and capable crews ensure that your finished project is second to none. And as a Tennessee drug-free workplace, they make safety a priority. For any construction or contracting questions, call Smith Noel Contractors Incorporated at 901-213-3993. Again, 901-213-3993. And make sure you mention you heard them on the Blue and Gray Show.
Hi, Tiger fans. This is Alan Cross. Thanks for listening to the Blue and Gray Show, brought to you by Tiger Paws Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning. This show is about Tigers football, by guys who love Tigers football. But the show isn't just about John and Drew. Tiger Paws Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning has been the presenting sponsor of the show since the first one back in 2015. They're a member of the Tiger home team as a primary supporter of the University of Memphis. For me to keep playing ball down in Tampa, I have to be able to do many different things at a high level. Tiger Paws does the same thing. They've got carpet cleaning packages that suit every need. They can repair and stretch your carpets to make it look new. They can clean tile and grout, hardwood floors, and your upholstery. How good are they? They guarantee your satisfaction. They won't oversell what can be done either. Tiger Paws has a package just for about everyone, including those who rent. They'll give you an honest professional estimate. Oh, and the Tiger Paws won't show up to your house and say, but you need this too. They're the most honest and professional cleaning service in the city. They now offer general home cleaning too. So when the in-laws are coming in unexpected, you can be ready for that surprise family inspection. Tiger Paws Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning loves the Tigers and those who serve us. They offer discounts for emergency responders and military. Give Tiger Paws a call at 901-327-1884. That's 901-327-1884. Thanks again for listening to the Blue and Gray Show and supporting the Tigers. Go Tigers, go!
We all know Memphis is considered to be the barbecue capital of the world, but the best isn't in Memphis. It's in Bartlett at Ty's Smokehouse Barbecue at 7174 Stage Road. It's simply great tasting food in a clean, family-friendly environment for a fair price. I've been going to Ty's for quite a while and have noticed a couple of important things. There always seems to be a smile on everyone's face. That's staff and customers. Everybody is happy. The other thing is the smell. Just wow. I mean, wow. Your nose is filled with the smell of good barbecue as soon as you walk in the door. Of course, that's probably one of the reasons everybody's happy. If you need great Q for your tailgate, Ty's is the place to go. They've got a 12-pack pulled pork or chicken. That's with 2 slabs of ribs, wet or or dry for just $75.99. That's an $82 value, and you cannot beat the barbecue there. There's so much more too. Go by and see them at Ty's Smokehouse Barbecue, 7174 Stage Road, or give them a call, 384-8111. That's 384-8411. Or you can even have Ty's delivered by using the DoorDash or Bite Squad apps. Like my friends once told me, eat there once and you'll thank me later.
Now, back to the Blue and Gray Show, brought to you by Tiger Paws Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning. Here once again is John Stacy.
The other day, he came to the world in the usual way, but there were planes to catch and bills to pay. He learned to walk while I was away, and he was talking for I knew it, and as he grew, he'd say, I'm gonna be like you, Dad, you know I'm gonna be like you. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when.
I hate that song.
Together then.
How?
You know we'll have a good
Do you really want me to get into that on the air?
Probably not.
Exactly. All right, everybody. I want to. Hang on, Drew. Talk for a minute.
Hey, Scott.
What's up, Drew?
Not much, man. How you doing?
I'm sorry.
That's good. Do you like my song choice?
I did.
Y'all picked up on the trend this week, right? It's
Right.
obviously
Well,
family.
that's obvious.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
one-
it was an easy trend.
got
I didn't
another
have to
one for
really
you.
dig hard to get that one.
I'll have to give you one for me later.
All right, you give it to me during the break. Somebody's
What's
got to
that
talk while I answer
What's
this
John's
phone.
thing
Sorry.
got going
Oh,
on
there
over
we go. There we go. There's the
We're having
phone.
reading issues.
Oh well, actually, I'm trying to read and text and all that other good stuff.
And it doesn't
We
work.
got a new guest coming on, and he you know what? He played with Anthony. He's played with Scotty, and I have been in the Liberty Bowl for a lot of things over the years. I don't think I heard it as loud as I heard it against Houston last year when this young man scored a touchdown. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Sam Kraft. Sam, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good. How you doing? How you doing?
Good, good. But we've been trying to get Sam on, what, 2 years now?
It's been a long, hard 2 years.
Exactly.
And the next thing you know, I'm here.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what happened. Well, we'll get to that later. But a couple of years ago, Sam thought his eligibility was over, and he was going to do the postseason show with us.
Oh.
And we had it all worked out, did we not?
We did.
And then I get a call while I'm at my granddaughter's gymnastics meet going, Mr. John, they may give me another year of eligibility. I go, well, so much for the radio show. But I appreciate you. Man, I tell you what, Sam, you have had a heck of a career as a Tiger.
Yes, sir.
And you need to be proud of that. And like I said, last year when you scored that touchdown against Houston, was that not as loud as you've ever heard that joint?
I think everybody
It was. Man. It was special. I will say that for sure, man. When I crossed that goal, I'm gonna say it this way: I didn't hear the crowd. I was so caught up in the moment. I was caught up in the moment, man, and enjoying it with my teammates, and the fact that the road that I had to, go down to get to the point where I was at. It was special for me. To be able to, especially to score in the Elite Bowl, in my last game playing the Elite Bowl. So
yeah, I tell you what, I'm sure it was a lot of fun. Now, here's something you did not. I don't know if you know this, but I've been doing all this father-son research lately. You and your dad are the only ones that wore the same number.
Yep.
Did you know that?
I kind of figured it. I really haven't seen anyone else kind of like advertised or anything like that or talk about it. So I kind of figured we may have been.
Yeah, but it's kind of. I thought maybe the Hearts would do it, but then they had the Ferraris when one was a quarterback and one was a linebacker. That wasn't going to happen. So you played with other guys where their dad went there. Do you guys ever talk about that?
To be honest with you, we don't. Not as much.
Okay.
Well, what I will say, I don't know. I've had people. My dad, he's still around the university. He works on campus. He's a police officer up there, so he's been there and haven't left the university since he graduated there. So it's like his face is around a little bit more than the other guys.
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of the players actually know my father just because they see him on campus all the time.
Okay.
So they kind of talk about that a little bit more. I'm not real sure about the other cats, but like Scotty Deal, Tim Hart, like those guys, I know for sure. Like especially when we have like Tiger walks and we see their parents stuff like that. You know, me personally, I know their background, I know their story, so I always talk about how they paved the way for us.
You do know who's sitting across from me right now, don't you?
Who is that?
That's Scott Dill.
So Scotty Dill.
Dad Dill. I got
Dad
Dad Dill.
Mr. Dill.
I'm showing John a picture of your dad when we played together.
Yeah.
Oh man.
See, that was one of the things. I was actually going to have Scott call in today when y'all were in here, but I appreciate you taking the time, and congratulations are in order, I'm told.
Yes, sir, man. I have a 5-day-old son.
Wow.
What'd you name him?
McCoy Alexander Kraft.
McCoy? Where'd you come up with McCoy?
My girlfriend.
I see. Said the blind man to his stepbrother.
I let her do it. Yep.
You've already got that yes ma'am down really well, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Sam, when you were being recruited, how important was it playing where your dad played to you?
It's a trick one, man. Like, the thing about with Memphis and my dad, the fact that he played here, I was always honored and proud that he did that. And once my recruiting process, kind of got going, man, I was getting calls from a lot of schools, from a lot of different areas, a lot of big time schools, even from football and basketball. So I was kind of caught up in what do I really want to do. But it's kind of weird. I didn't choose Memphis because of my dad, because he played here. And that's the tricky part. I mean, it wasn't that. I love the city of Memphis and I love the school so much. And once Coach Passion and Coach Fuente gave me that chance, they kind of told me I could play both sports in high school. That kind of sealed the deal. And
yeah, a lot of people have forgotten that you did play both.
Yep, and that was a dream of mine because I was kind of caught up in, do I want to play straight basketball or do I want to play straight football? And I sat down and talked to Coach Fuente, Coach Dickey, all those guys, and man, they was behind me 100%. And that's kind of how I could do it. Coach Fuente played a big part of me coming to Memphis too. I respect that guy with man, it's crazy. I love Coach Fuente.
Okay, so, bigger chills, running out in the tunnel at the Liberty Bowl or running out of the tunnel at the FedEx Forum?
Ooh, man.
That's a tough one, isn't it?
That is a tough one, man. You talk about missing 3 years of organized basketball, then coming back and playing in the FedEx Forum, man. That's a different feeling, man. But I will say this, man. From the first time I ran out against Duke my freshman in 2013, that's a feeling I'll never forget ever. And also, running out of that tunnel when I played for the University of Memphis basketball team, man. Both I can't compare those times, man. Both of them was fantastic for me.
Not many. You got opportunities that a lot of guys don't get.
Yeah.
By being able to do that. Now I asked this, and I forgot to ask Tony Miller this a minute ago. All right, your favorite game as a Tiger?
My favorite game?
Mm-hmm. And I'll let you do football and basketball. We don't normally do basketball much in here, but you're a rare exception.
So football, my most memorable game. For myself, we probably just for myself, I would probably say Cincinnati.
2015.
Yes.
When we did that 87-hour drive that end the game.
Yes, we did, and I got the ball 38 times. So
yeah.
That was probably my most memorable game. And then it was crazy. What's weird about that game was that was my first game truly playing running back.
Yes.
Actually, getting handoffs in a tailback position. Before that, I was always getting jet sweeps and quick passes and things of that sort. So that was my first game ever at running back. It's kind of funny. I remember Coach Fuente called a pass play early in the game, and I had to pick up a protection. And he told me, said, if I didn't, he told after the protection. This was after the game. He said, said if I didn't pick up the protection, he would take me out the game. So,
better know that after the fact than before.
yeah.
Now,
but it's crazy. I picked up that blocking, man. He sent me the rock after that. He was ongoing.
that was a cold night. Matter of fact, I think that's kind of where everything turned around.
Yeah,
I think people forget about that. Is we went up there, we gave up that first touchdown.
Yep.
On that big play. But Jason Stewart, who's been on this show, I actually feel bad for Jason when that game comes up. Because here Jason was, he engineered that 12 minute 41 second drive. His whole family is sitting in the end zone. When he walks up to take the snap, he's looking right at him every time. And he wasn't able to go in the end zone and score a touchdown for him.
Yeah.
That had to suck. Okay, now basketball. What was your most memorable hoops game?
Ooh, man. My memorable, probably South Florida. I couldn't tell you the time or the date, but played South Florida at home. I think my career high was 14. I had 14 points. Like 5 or 6 assists, and a couple steals. That was part of my better game.
Okay.
But also, I would probably say Temple because that was my first game starting. It's crazy. I was on a basketball team. I only was at 3 games. My 4th game I started as a Tiger.
Wow.
I started on the basketball team, and that took me by surprise. We was going to play Temple.
Oops.
So,
boy, I tell you. All right, Sam. I know you got a lot going on right now, young man. Look, the door's open. When you're ready to do the show, you call me.
I will.
And then you and Dad are going to sit down here, family show or not. You and Dad are going to sit down here with me, and we're going to have some fun.
Yes, sir.
All right, and I hope you get all this. And congratulations once again, Drew. Did you have a question for Sam? Because you're over there looking like you had one. You don't? Okay. Now I make Drew feel silly.
He's thinking about his honeymoon.
I think we were talking. He's fixing to get married too, but yeah, young guys, and I'm the old one in the room.
Oh man!
All right, Sam, are we going to see you out at the game anytime soon?
Yes, I was at the Ole Miss game. I just been busy, man, because I'm coaching out there at St. George's now.
Right. Oh,
yes, sir.
Plug that too.
Hey, you want to come out Wednesday night for the victory walk?
Come out,
sir.
Victory walk on Wednesday.
Okay. It was like what time?
5 o'clock.
Is it? Yeah, 5. Okay. All right. Yeah, I will.
Yeah,
see, come too.
You and your dad out there. That would be. I'd like to see more Tigers involved with that myself.
Yeah, sir.
And the young guys would like to see you come back. You know the influence you had on these kids.
Yes, sir.
And you're a class act, and I'm very proud that you are a Tiger. And
I love it, man. I love to see it. I love the school. I enjoy every moment being here.
Yeah. We'll get, like I said, anytime, and we'll get you in here. I promise.
Yes, sir.
All right, Sam. Sam Kraft, everybody.
Congratulations, Sam.
Okay. Bye. We'll talk to you later. See, Sam, was I not wrong when he scored that touchdown last year against Houston? Do you ever remember hearing that place being louder?
I think everybody was happy for him.
Oh, yeah.
He's been through some rough, with those injuries and all.
Do you remember it being louder?
No, I mean, it was incredible. I mean, I know me and everybody else sitting with were screaming at the top of our lungs because of how happy we were for him, especially with all the different trials that he's gone through in his 6 years in Memphis.
Right. And he wanted to be here. He's a Memphis kid, and he loves Memphis. And I love kids like Sam.
We need to learn to make that kind of noise at all the games.
Yes, we do. And we need to learn when to make
defenses
noise.
on the field.
We're going to talk about that. That's what we're going to talk about in the next hour. But we need to talk more about these families, don't we? We haven't talked, but when we come back, we're going to me and Scott are going to talk some families. We're going to talk some Tiger football about what to look forward to in the future. Look, our defense has been stout. I don't care who you're playing. You've done what this defense has done over a matter of the first 3 games, and it's impressive. We'll be right back right here on the Blue and Gray Show, brought to you by Tiger Paws Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
You guys have heard me year after year brag about my Wolf Chase Honda CRV mobile studio. Well, I got rid of it. That's right, no more CRV. Now I've got an HRV. I went to Wolf Chase Honda and traded the CRV for a 2019 HRV EX. I'm like a kid in a candy store with this car. It's got all the toys. I don't even have to take my keys out of my pocket to drive. With the Honda sensing technology that includes collision mitigation and lane keeping assist, I'm going to be safer on the road too. Oh, and it's a beautiful blue, like a tiger blue. Now is a great time for you to go see them out at Wolf Chase Honda. They've got some amazing deals on Accords, CRVs, Civics, Pilots, and Fits in addition to the HRVs. They will not only make you a great deal, but they've got the premier service department in the Mid-South. Go by and see them at 2982 Germantown Parkway, which is just north of the Galleria, to get into a Honda today. Wolf Chase Honda, the official vehicle provider of the Blue and Gray Show.
The Blue and Gray Show is happy to have Tiger Bookstore back as our game day sponsor. Tiger Bookstore is...
Tiger Bookstore is my dad's favorite place to get his Tiger gear.
Dude,
yeah,
I'm busy here. And doesn't your family live in Missouri?
Tiger Bookstore's website is so easy that they can get their Tigers gear without leaving the house. Tiger Bookstore has got everything they need for tailgating, game day, and the latest in Tiger styles. I don't want to sound mean, but TigerBookstore.com is so easy my dad could do it.
Can I finish, please?
If you must.
Make sure you get by Tiger Bookstore before every home game to get your game day shirt for only $5. These shirts are a must-have for any Tiger fan. Tiger Bookstore is located at 3533 Walker Avenue, just off of main campus. Their friendly staff will help you get everything you need for the season.
Hi everybody, I'm Jerry Jeffries from Tiger Paws Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning. We're proud to be in our 5th year being the title and presenting sponsor of the Blue and Gray Show. We are a locally owned and operated business that supports our Memphis Tigers.
We've done this one, Jerry. Let's try something a little different.
Different?
Yeah, for instance, you guys are an amazing carpet repair company too.
Anyone who's ever had pets knows that cats and dogs can destroy carpet. We can go to your home and save you thousands of dollars by repairing your carpet when you thought you would have to replace it.
Go on, tell them the best part.
What best part?
You know.
Oh, did I do the repair?
You hear? The owner of the company comes in and repairs your carpet that saves you thousands of dollars. Yeah, that's my favorite part. Okay, now the other stuff.
We can clean your whole home, ceiling to floor, for any budget, whether it's a one-time deep clean or regular visits to keep your home looking good. We can get you ready for that big party too, and on short notice. All you gotta do is call us to make an appointment. 901-327-1884. All of our services have a warranty, and your satisfaction is guaranteed.
I love that part too.
Can I finish this?
Sorry.
We do free in-home estimates, so you will know the price up front and the results you can expect when we are done. We have special discounts for rental properties, military, and first responders as well. We are a company that gives you great service at a fair price. So call us at Tiger Paws Carpet Upholstery Cleaning, 901-327-1884, or look for Tiger Paws Carpet Upholstery Cleaning on Facebook.
Since 1974, Bartlett Home Furnishings has been locally owned and operated, furnishing homes in Memphis and the Mid-South with beautiful quality furniture. At Bartlett Home Furnishings, we believe in providing you with the best service, quality, and value. We're committed to selling the best quality furniture for the best price. Our designers love helping customers select the right pieces for their homes, creating the room of your dreams, all the while working within your budget. Visit Bartlett Home Furnishings today at 2755 Bartlett Boulevard or at bartletthomefurnishings.memphis.com. Go Tigers!
Your home for the Ole Miss Rebels. Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, WIVG Tunica Memphis, and WPGF-LP Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Now, back to the Blue and Gray Show, brought to you by Tiger Paws Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning. Here once again is John Stacy.
Country music singers have always been a real close family. Lately, some of my kinfolks have disowned a few others than me. I guess it's because I kind of changed my direction. Lord, I guess I went and broke their family tradition.
You know, I hear this song. You know who I think of? My grandmother. She was from a little town, in a little town called Red Bay, Alabama. You know where it's at? My grandmother loved me the most out of all her grandchildren. You know why? No, because I did everything I wasn't supposed to do. I didn't follow the rules. I did what I wanted to do, and she loved that. I wasn't the rank and file, and that was her favorite thing about me. So They make me miss my grandmother. Why'd you do that?
It went along with the theme, and I like Hank Williams Jr.
No, everybody
Come
does.
on, I mean, how could you have a family-themed music and not play family tradition?
That is a very valid point. But we're talking about tonight the connections with the Tigers and stuff. It's sort of fascinating how, to me, right now, a lot of the guys that you played with, their sons are also playing there. And that, have you guys ever talked about that? Have they ever come
when
up?
the guys get together, some of the guys end up out of town.
Right.
Or, like say, have 4 girls.
Right.
But like I was telling you, Steve Smith, his son, they live in Texas, and trying to talk him in, and he kind of wouldn't mind his son coming up here, and he's supposed to be a really good football player. We love, it's always fun when you see one of your buddies' kids that you played with playing here. Yeah, that's cool.
Because I really wish we had video of that practice now of Tony getting
flipper.
clocked. He said it was the back of his head. Did you notice that?
Yeah, it's a forearm shiver is what that was referred to back in the day.
Yeah, and Tim Harris was really good at him.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Harris, for you young pups, Tim, when he lit you up, you were lit up. And you had scrimmage against him with him often, didn't you?
Yeah, he played kind of defensive end. I played in college. I played guard, so
Okay.
a little bit, but not. I didn't have to, not too.
You're still thankful for that, I'm sure. Because boy, he could hit. And if you go back and watch some of the NFL film of him, there are guys in the league still happy that he's no longer playing because he lit some guys up seriously.
Yeah, he was a good pass rusher.
Yes, he was. Real quick, I need to make note of this. We're not on Facebook tonight. Apparently, there's a glitch in the system. Is that what it is? Or did you break it?
No, I didn't break it. There's a glitch in the system where the sending the data to Facebook it's not loading right. The wheel just keeps spinning. I keep trying to reload it and resend it, but it's just not working.
Hopefully
we're
we'll
on the
have it
YouTube.
later.
If you want to go over and watch the live stream, we're still on Twitter and we're on the YouTube.
Okay, so what I'll make sure is I'll share it off of Facebook, off of the YouTube, back on the Facebook page later. So, because I can't deny Scott's Facebook fans seeing him on TV.
Got a lot of them.
Well, it's not technically TV. It's a live stream. It's not TV. It's different.
Okay, video. How's that?
That's fine.
Is that better?
That'll work.
Okay, let's talk about our defense. Because I love our defense.
Oh, yeah.
And you tell me if I'm wrong. South Alabama, they came out and ran that play, and Joseph Dorcius was 12 yards behind the line as if he knew it was coming.
Well, I'm not sure which play that play is, but Dorcius was all in their backfield.
They knew they were going to run that play. Adam Fuller is a genius.
Yeah, you can't deny the defense, the night and day from last year to this year.
We were talking earlier, all right, and let me get it out here so I want to make sure I get it accurately. Since this season started, now look, I'm not sitting here and going to say, oh, we played all this great competition. I'm not going to do that. But I'm also going to give credit where credit's due. Because this defense has had more scoreless quarters than they've had quarters where they've given up points. They have not given up two score. They've given up 2 scores in a quarter once. In 12 quarters of football, which is pretty impressive if you ask me. But that's just me being me. I can be a little bit of a Pollyanna optimist. But we've given up 8 quarters where we haven't given up a point on the defensive side of the ball. The two to start Mississippi. The 2 to end Southern, the defense did not give up a point. And 3 of the 4 against South Alabama. And I got to admit, to quote my friend Jeb Hill, boy, it was worth giving up that touchdown just to watch that PAT return.
I felt sorry for those guys on that one.
I didn't. But did you see the video of the coach?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he looked like my life is over at this point.
Yeah,
of course, they didn't look any better against UAB this weekend either.
Yeah, but you look at they played in they go overtime against Nebraska. I don't it's not Nebraska of the old days, but they're not they're
Well, I
pretty
think the winds got knocked out of their sails.
Yeah.
I think when they played us, they thought that they were going to be able to compete with us, and we lined up and said, "No, you're not."
Yeah.
And I think that had a little bit of a carryover effect into this week. To be perfectly honest, I don't think Mender played this weekend again either. That hit last week was just vicious.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't.
It was legit. He hit him with his shoulder.
Yeah, they should have put him on a cart, though. He was so out. He couldn't hardly walk. He couldn't get his legs working getting off the field.
Well, when they walked him off, you saw, when I watched the game when I got home, you saw him walking off field wanting to go back.
Yeah.
But I don't think he realized what was back there. But it is what it is. From an offensive line, from a player standpoint, what do you see different in this defense as opposed to last year's defense?
One of the biggest things I notice is the defensive line is getting into the backfield, so they kind of disrupt plays before they get going. Yeah, that's where Goodson was doing, in the Ole Miss game, with Dorcius. So Goodson, Dorcius, and Bryce Huff, and all the guys, they're just getting a lot more penetration into the backfield. I think that starts it, and then the linebackers are really, they're thumping guys. And, it just kind of carries from there. Safeties are playing really well. DBs, we're getting more pass rush. It'd be tough to cover those receivers if we're not getting any pass rush. Last year our pass rush wasn't quite as good.
No.
The year before we had Jannard Avery was all over the quarterbacks.
Right. Well, Curtis Aikens last year. Yeah. But he did have a lot. I think that extra year with the defensive line has made a difference.
Yeah. Well, like I said, just biggest thing I see is we're quicker on the defensive line.
Right.
And, I like the penetration they're getting.
Right. And that's why I brought up that first play of the game, because it was almost as if Joey knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Fuller is a different game planner than Chris Ball was. He seems to have a different view on. Well, there's a big thing, and the difference is, and basically what I've been told is, Chris was a guy looking to have you make a big mistake. He was going to try and force the fumble, force the interception, and he would gamble to do it. Whereas Adam is, we're not going to let you get anything, so you might as well just get used to it. And that's what this defense has done. They've been just outstanding at 3 and outs, at just the stopping. Here, I don't know if you heard last week, but do you know what Austin Hall did last week only the second guy in history to do?
Got a fumble, 2 fumbles and a return for a touchdown?
2 fumbles for a touchdown. He's only the second guy to have 2 of them. And the last guy to do it was a kid named Ryan Coleman against SMU in 2013. He did them both in one game.
Yeah.
Well, back in your day, if the ball hit the deck, you couldn't advance it. So that was a different game altogether. So it's not that big of a, but I'm still, I still get a kick out of talking about how rare those scores were. The fumble return and then the block PAT, that was only the second time in school history that's happened.
Yeah, what they say, the previous one was somewhere around 13-2, wasn't it?
Yeah, Charles Harris.
Yeah.
And then you want to talk about a linebacker. If he'd had 2 more inches and about 30 more pounds, he'd be playing today.
Yeah.
On Sundays. So, who are the brothers you played with?
You had Jeff Walker and Keith and Kevin.
Right.
You had Tim, Dennis, and Keith Borkey.
Those were the biggest ones of all, right?
The Borkeys. Yeah, Tim was the big one. Dennis was big. He was 6'4", 290 probably. Tim was 6'8" or 9".
I'm 5'9". They're all big.
Then they had Keith that was about 6'4" and about 200.
No, he was the baby of the bunch.
Yeah, he was the youngest also.
Jeez. Man, that's a lot of human being. Now, when they came to Memphis, was it a package deal or?
No, so Dennis was the first one here as far as the Borkeys are concerned. Tim had initially gone to Maryland, and then he transferred here, I believe it was my freshman year. I think Keith was probably had something to do, coming here because they're from up in Pennsylvania. And Jeff Walker's brothers, I think, came here because of Jeff. They're from Olive Branch.
Right. See, it's a lot of time. We talk about the brothers and such, one of the things that you don't know, I think, is that in the late 50s and 60s when Spook was here, he recruited the Pennsylvania and West Virginia, and we had a lot of guys up from that area.
Yeah, my team had a lot of Pennsylvania guys. And then when Coach Bailey got here, we had a lot of Florida guys.
Right. So it is interesting that with the brothers, some of them, the oldest set of brothers that we, and I promise, I teased this on Facebook, so I guess I better give the answer too. The oldest, the furthest back I could find brothers that, and I made an assumption because both went to Lexington, Tennessee High School. They don't say which high school. That's how the media guide wasn't exactly forthcoming with information. But Gene and Pete Meadows came back to back out of Lexington, Tennessee, from the same school and same area. So I'm presuming they were brothers. Would you say that's a fair assessment?
Yeah, I would guess. Small town Lexington.
Yeah. So that may be the first set of recorded brothers in school history. The first one came in 51 and was here till 54, or 52 to 54, and then 55 to 57, I think. Back when they only played 3 years.
Yeah.
It's a totally different world now. One of the things I teased on Facebook yesterday was there's 4 sets of uncles and nephews. All right. Tracy Jones guessed the Bill Crumby, Will Hudgens.
I don't know. Well, your uncle.
Yeah. Yeah. Crumby was his uncle. Crumby played just before you. And then Will, who played here for 6 years, just like Sam.
Yeah.
Then our guest coming out of the next break, Blake Butler, his uncle Zachy.
Which I knew his dad, but I didn't know his uncle.
His dad, his uncle Zach played. Now I got a pretty cool trivia question for that. And then Anthony Miller, we talked about a little bit ago, his uncle Alvin Franklin played at Memphis. And then Anthony and Boris Pinchon, they were both out of North Alabama. But his dad played, I think I want to say his dad played at Alabama, because he ended up spending 10 years in the league. So it's an interesting dynamic. You don't hear about uncle and nephew very often. And I can only find 4 of them. And I could be wrong about Pollard, and I'll admit that, but I'll have to look into it. When you're going through all this, you can look for name matches as much as you do it. I went through every roster since 1912. So did they give you any idea what my week went last week? But it's sort of interesting. I like the family dynamic because I think in the long run it builds a stronger program.
Yeah. A little tighter group.
Yep. So it is. And there's been one set of father and 2 sons. And you've heard stories of this guy, I'm sure.
Which one?
John Bramlett.
Yeah, Bull Bramlett.
I got a copy of Bull's book signed. His 2 sons, Andy and Don, played at Memphis.
Yeah,
By the same time you do. They played with you.
Mm-hmm.
John Bramlett was one of a kind. And you can attest to that.
I knew him pretty well. I knew that family pretty well.
I sat with Don at a donut, John in a donut shop out on Germantown Parkway. The book I'm still finishing. He sat and interviewed with that. Man, that was the most fun I've had talking Tiger football in all my life.
Yeah, got kicked out of baseball for being too nasty.
Oh yeah. Oh, he wasn't your, he didn't do pleasantries very well on the football field or the baseball diamond. You hear about the guy that'll run you over to get somewhere. That was the Bull. He earned that nickname. So yeah. So it's pretty cool. He's the only one that's had 2 sons play. Now, you ain't got any more kids at home, so we're done.
I can't meet that one. I've got.
Come on, you're still young enough. Come on. You can get some more sons produced.
Now we're done.
I can't blame a guy for trying. But it's just, I like the history of the lineage, and that's one of the reasons I like doing this show. You look at the brothers, and I never had a brother, so I don't know what it'd be like to be able to, share that kind of thing with him. And you know how special it can be.
Tried to get my brother to come here, but he didn't.
Where did he end up?
He went to Auburn. Then he got hurt. And
Can he spell?
He was a stud.
Yeah. He got hurt?
Yeah. He got hit by a car walking outside of McDonald's.
Okay, now you made me feel stupid, right, don't you?
Yeah.
Bet you feel real good about yourself now, John.
that-
Laughing at a guy getting hit by a car.
Way to go.
Oh,
You feel like a big man now?
I told you I've had a bad day, and it just got worse, didn't it?
I think you need to take a break.
Is it? Is that what I need to do?
Yeah.
I need to take a
Then
break.
I'm going to put you over there in the corner. You got to think about what you did.
You know what we got to also
called
do?
timeout.
Before I go to break, I want to congratulate our title and presenting sponsor, Jerry Jeffries and Tiger Paws Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning. Once again, voted Memphis most for the Tiger and Carpet Upholstery Cleaning in the city. This is the third straight year Jerry and them have taken that award, and they are back. I think it's back to back to back, but I could be wrong. Remember, it's been at least back to back.
I think this would be year 3.
Yeah, but I'm telling you what, if they're not the best carpet cleaning in town, you're gonna have to show me something, because I've seen her work, and they're the best in the city, and they're part of this family, and I'm glad they're a part of this family, because Jerry Jeffries is one of the best human beings I know, and it is just it's humbling to see how good they are at what they do, and you listen to the spots, and TigerPawsCarpet.com, and you can check them out there too. All right, we're going to take our next break, and when we come back, the one, the only, the man who played the same school where his father and his uncle played, Blake Butler, will be joining us right here on the Blue and Gray Show, brought to you by Tiger Paws Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
The Tigers, the Grizzlies, the SEC. We are real sports talk.
I love it.
Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
What's wrong?
My friend inherited a house last year. I've been trying to help him get it ready to rent, but he doesn't know what he's doing.
You should have called me. I know exactly what to do.
You know about rental properties?
Nope, no clue. But I know whenever life drops something like that in my lap, I simply call DTC Ventures. It's a group of legitimate entrepreneurs who give a fair price to people when they come into property they don't know what to do with. Remember our buddy Dana Capacacha? He's the guy in Memphis. DTC Ventures has helped out people who've inherited properties, help lawyers liquidate estates, and stuff like that. Tell your friend to call DTC Ventures and talk to Dana Capacacha at 901-553-9591. That number again, 901-553-9591.
Hi, Tiger fans. This is Alan Cross. Thanks for listening to the Blue and Gray Show, brought to you by Tiger Paws Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning. This show is about Tigers football, by guys who love Tigers football. But the show isn't just about John and Drew. Tiger Paws Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning has been the presenting sponsor of the show since the first one back in 2015. They're a member of the Tiger home team as a primary supporter of the University of Memphis. For me to keep playing ball down in Tampa, I have to be able to do many different things at a high level. Tiger Paws does the same thing. They've got carpet cleaning packages that suit every need. They can repair and stretch your carpets to make it look new. They can clean tile and grout, hardwood floors, and your upholstery. How good are they? They guarantee your satisfaction. They won't oversell what can be done either. Tiger Paws is a package just for about everyone, including those who rent. They'll give you an honest professional estimate. Oh, and the Tiger Paws won't show up to your house and say, but you need this too. They're the most honest and professional cleaning service in the city. They now offer general home cleaning too. So when the in-laws are coming in unexpected, you can be ready for that surprise family inspection. Tiger Paws Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning loves the Tigers and those who serve us. They offer discounts for emergency responders and military. Give Tiger Paws a call at 901-327-1884. That's 901-327-1884. Thanks again for listening to the Blue and Gray Show and supporting the Tigers. Go Tigers, go!
Since 1983, Smith Doyle Contractors Incorporated, a Cordova-based company, has proudly served the Mid-South's commercial and industrial construction demands. They set the standard for construction and contracting in the area and have won 16 ABC's Excellence in Construction Awards since 2005. Smith Doyle Contractors' client list reads like a who's who in American business, including heavy industry, food manufacturing, retail, distribution, education, and correctional markets in 18 states across the Southeast and Mid Midwest. Smith Knoll will meet your needs as a general contractor or construction manager. They even do their own concrete and carpentry work. Their highly skilled and capable crews ensure that your finished project is second to none. And as a Tennessee drug-free workplace, they make safety a priority. For any construction or contracting questions, call Smith Knoll Contractors Incorporated at 901-213-3993. Again, 901-213-3993. And make sure you mention you heard them on the Blue and Gray Show.
We all know Memphis is considered to be the barbecue capital of the world, but the best isn't in Memphis. It's in Bartlett at Ty's Smokehouse Barbecue at 7174 Stage Road. It's simply great tasting food in a clean, family-friendly environment for a fair price. I've been going to Ty's for quite a while and have noticed a couple of important things. There always seems to be a smile on everyone's face. That's staff and customers. Everybody is happy. The other thing is the smell. Just wow. I mean, wow. Your nose is filled with the smell of good barbecue as soon as you walk in the door. Of course, that's probably one of the reasons everybody's happy. If you need great Q for your tailgate, Ty's is the place to go. They've got a 12-pack pulled pork or chicken. That's with 2 slabs of ribs, wet or dry, for just $75.99. That's an $82 value, and you cannot beat the barbecue there. There's so much more, too. Go by and see them at Ty's Smokehouse Barbecue, 7174 Stage Road, or give them a call, 384-8111. That's 384-8411, or you can even have Ty's delivered by using the DoorDash or Bite Squad apps. Like my friends once told me, eat there once and you'll thank me later.
Now, back to the Blue and Gray Show, brought to you by Tiger Paws Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning. Here once again is John Stacy.
They're creepy and they're kooky, mysterious and spooky. They're all together ooky, the Addams Family. Their house is a museum.
There's a joke in there that I just cannot tell.
They really are the Addams Family.
No. Not falling for it. We're doing family night right here on the Blue and Gray Show on Sports 56, brought to you by Tiger Paws Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning. We're going to just jump into our next phone guest because he's been waiting for a little bit. He is one of the rare ones who not only played at his father's alma mater, he played at his uncle's alma mater, and he got to play against his brother in a bowl game. Is that not right there, Blake Butler?
I'm here, John Stacy.
Am I right? Is that the you did get your brother didn't play in that game, did he?
He didn't. He was coming off mono and been sick, but he was on the team at Akron and played on the defensive line there. So I always tell people maybe a good thing he didn't play, so we both didn't get ejected in that
game. What's he doing kissing strange women getting mono up in college?
He's that Sam Darnold, I guess, life plan there.
Yeah, really. Man, I tell you what, that's still the strangest injury I think I've ever heard in the NFL.
Yeah, that's something.
Yep. How you been?
No, I've been good. The team, the coach up here in Jackson, Trinity Christian, we got a win Friday night, so that's always good. But just watched the Steelers drop one to the 49ers a few minutes ago, so that's not an overall great weekend in the Butler family.
But I tell you what, you talk about a family affair up in Pittsburgh. That's becoming a Memphis haven, is it not?
Yeah, you look at just the obviously my dad's playing and coaching history at Memphis, but then you factor in Randy Fichtner and Mike Tomlin and the time they spent here.
Yeah.
Randy would and his wife Jennifer consider Memphis their home, and obviously Nate working with the football staff now, their son.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of Memphis ties up north there in Pittsburgh.
Well, the 2 Memphis guys on the practice squad now too. Tevin Jones and now Paxton Lynch is on the practice squad. Hey, before we go any further, the guy sitting across the table from me, Scott Dill.
Oh yeah, I see Scott around obviously at a lot of games. Practices and Tiger events, checking out his son is, starting there on the offensive line, but, it's obviously the theme of the show tonight's family. So, Scott's definitely one that understands the Tiger family, but also when you're watching your own son play, it's something special.
Now, you've got 3 of them, don't you?
Yeah, I've got 3 boys. I've got a 7th grader, a 5th grader, and a 4th grader. They're playing their own games as well. So I turned around Saturday morning, had to get up for, a little 4th and 5th grade football action on very little sleep. And, like I said, I think I had an unhealthy amount of caffeine in my body at that point.
You raising little linebackers or offensive linemen?
Well, we've got some guys playing all over the place. We've got a quarterback, a receiver, outside linebacker. The youngest one, Hudson, he's the one that's got the family build with the broad shoulders and wide backside.
Wow. I'm trying to picture Butler as a quarterback. It's taking me a minute.
You never know. You look at Jeff Walker. His son was a quarterback.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Here's my favorite trivia question of all time. Now, we're going to ask Scott this question.
Uh-oh.
Now it's kind of a setup because we knows who we're talking to. I probably should have asked him earlier before you got on the phone. Name the only two brothers in NCAA history to score on opposite sides of the ball in the same game.
Not a clue. The Butlers.
There we go. Jeez.
He's brilliant.
Yeah, it only took him you being on the air. Blake's uncle, Zachy, scored on a screen pass against Louisville in 1976, and Keith had a pick 6 in that game, and it is the only place I can find in NCAA history, and I've spent thousands of hours looking, where brothers have scored in the same game but on opposite sides of the ball.
Now, Blake, was Keith fast?
He claims he was. He tried to say he ran in the 4.6s at the combine, but I question that. His hits 40. Yeah, his hits are too bad. I question that 40 time personally.
Yeah, he played a long time. He must have been able to move, but that was back when the linebackers were more thumpers. Now they're runners.
Now you got to play against Keith in the league, though, didn't you? Brian
Bosworth and I came out the same year.
Okay.
So, did Keith play that year, or was that his last year?
He played. They kept him on to kind of mentor Bosworth, and then
he must not have mentored very well.
I think that was a lost cause at that point. I think they could have brought in anyone in the league, and it wouldn't have mattered at that point.
Yeah. Well, my first game, my rookie year preseason game, was at Seattle.
Did you get to talk to Keith?
No. It's just we didn't socialize like they do now after the game. If game's over, boom, we're in the locker room. Yeah, it's time to go. So it's pretty much
no swapping jerseys, stuff like that.
No.
But what's interesting is
hindsight. I wish I would have. But
is that the same year? I'll let you tell the story. It's the only time in NFL history that a team has selected Tigers with back-to-back picks.
Yeah, when you look at Seattle that year, I guess it was the 78 draft.
Mm-hmm.
Took Keith Simpson in the first round. I believe it was the 9th pick overall. And
that's
took
actually
my dad.
Still the highest drafted Tiger ever.
Yeah.
Really?
And then took my dad in the 2nd round. I think it was 33rd pick. Fewer teams in the league back then, but both Tigers ended up in the Pacific Northwest playing professional ball.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that because I was on a little island in Okinawa at the time when I heard about it. So that was pretty cool. But we talk about family legacies and going in there. Scott was talking about how Dad he struggles with the hands-on type aspect of it. Did your dad ever come in and give you advice or coach you up or say anything like that?
It's funny, now that I'm coaching high school football, I think back to just kind of having my own dad when I was in high school and in college. I can't recall him ever approaching my high school football coach, even when he was an NFL coach himself.
Wow.
And so, you see parents now that, kind of meddle in programs and things like that. You hear the horror stories. I sit there and think, I had a dad who was an NFL coach, and even he didn't insert himself.
Most people know not to.
No, okay, but at home it's a different animal.
Yeah, it would. Occasionally I think he tried to wear the dad hat a little bit more than the coach hat. Just from the aspect, I even fight the same thing myself. Watching having 3 boys who've started playing now, I want them to, enjoy the game, find their own way in the game, listen to their coaches. But at the same time, I find that their other coaches, honestly, they listen to them more than they do me, no matter what my experience is. Same thing kind of with my dad. No one likes to listen to their dad or wants to admit their dad's right when they're a teenager or a college kid. So, I could have, my dad and his experience of 10 years playing in the NFL and now, gosh, I guess about 20 coaching. I always, like, whatever, Dad, you don't know what you're talking about, just being an idiot son. So he would give advice, but more so when I would go to him and ask. I think I had to get to the point where I'd swallow my pride and admit that my dad may know a thing or two, and I could learn something from him.
Now, here's I like this. I like that your dad was on staff at Memphis in 1996, correct?
Correct.
So you, as a kid, got to witness beating Tennessee and being down on the field for that. What was that? That was that like as a kid?
That was huge as a kid. It kind of becomes your norm, I guess, as a coach's kid. Just hanging around the program and being around the players. And at the time you realize the Tennessee game's a big game. I was 13 at the time and holding my dad's headset cord. Everything wasn't wireless back then. So I remember having literally a front row seat for that game and interacting with Tony Williams and Richard Hogan's and all the guys from that defense. Had a incredible defense. Keith Spann obviously with the big interception. And that's something that I'll always remember being part of that. And obviously upsetting a player like Peyton Manning. Obviously knew he was a very good college player at the time. Little did we know kind of what he would go on to as a professional. But that's one of my big memories as a kid, growing up as a coach's kid and being just around the Memphis program.
Is that what sold you on coming here?
That's something I think, growing up, you have those fond memories, of being part of the program to where, honestly, as a coach's kid, you feel part of the program. And I think if you look around the country, there's a lot of coaches' kids playing at universities that maybe their dads don't coach at anymore, but that's where they grew up. And that's where they
I never thought about it that way.
Had experiences and just kind of had some deep-rooted connections, and they ended up going back there. And it's something that definitely when I started looking at colleges, not just because my dad and uncle had played there, but just the fond memories I had growing up as a kid around the program.
So, what other schools did you have a chance to go to?
Let's see. I was offers UAB. I believe Akron, Toledo, Kent State. Most of mine were up north because
you lived in Cleveland at the time. That you're one of the rare players we've ever had from that area. You know that, right?
Yeah, that was something where they didn't usually recruit Ohio, but we got in touch with the staff. Randy Fietner was on staff at the time, and him and my dad had coached together. And most of my offers were up north at the time, and I told them I wanted to come back down south and wanted to come to Memphis. And as soon as I was offered by Memphis, I knew my decision was pretty much made. There's no family pressure or anything. Obviously, my brother ended up going to Akron. But it was something that
he didn't know.
I knew. That's a good little play on words there, John.
Thank you. I'll tell you, one of the you and I have known each other a long time. And I'll never forget standing there with you and Rusty at UTEP in 2006. And it kind of hit both of you that was it. And it was a bittersweet moment, but I always remember it. And your hard work paid. You have done an amazing job as a dad too. So I'm hoping that you've become the first family 3-generation Tigers. Because I think yours are the closest.
Well, we'll see how it works out. Right now, the boys they love the game, and like I said, I want them to develop their own love for it, not just something that because I did it or my dad did, their granddad did it. But I try to make sure that they're asking me to go outside and throw the football with them, not me dragging them out there to go toss the ball around in the backyard.
Yeah, I understand that too. Trust me, I was a rebellious little kid myself at one point. The key word here is I was really little. My first boot camp ID card was 5'6", $1.25. All right, I'm not kidding. I was that small.
I don't think I've seen that since elementary school.
Yeah, I probably weighed as much as your left leg when you checked in on campus. But it's just, it is what it is. And I love the family connections at our school, and I like to see more of them. And that's why I like doing this show. I really do. I get a kick out of it. Did you hear Sam earlier?
Well, I'll be honest. I was watching the Steelers game, probably on my TV, but I got a chance to actually see Sam when we played St. George's. He was on the other sidelines, coaching over there. But obviously the Kraft family is another family with some strong Memphis ties.
Right. Well, I tell you what. I'll tell you the last time I saw your dad. Then we got to go to break. Last time I saw your dad was actually in the locker room at Pittsburgh in 2015. I was going over to. I had seen Randy at the Hall of Fame induction for Danny. Yeah. And Randy was showing off that Super Bowl ring. And I told him I'd come through Pittsburgh the year before. And he says, you better not come through Pittsburgh again without calling me. So he gave me the guided tour of the Steelers facilities. And your dad was sitting on one of the benches in the back. That's the first time I'd seen him in a while. So it was fun. But, did you see where Paxton signed with him?
Yeah, saw that, he got picked up. I know coming out, they liked Paxton, when he was draft eligible, and compared him a lot to Roethlisberger in terms of just, size and, early on in Roethlisberger's career, his movement ability. So, when he was sitting out there and they had a needed quarterback, I think that was let's get an up-close look and see if he's got some of those same tools to work with.
Yeah, well, we'll know. Randy will let him know in a hurry, won't he?
Absolutely. He never held his opinions to himself.
No, not at all. No. All right, Blake, man, we're going to let you go. And we will thank you for joining us. Tell your dad died, and he's welcome anytime.
Will do. I appreciate it, John and Scott, and y'all have fun in the studio, and go Tigers.
Go Tigers. All right.
Take care, Blake.
Blake Butler. See, that one of the things I like about is just that's a Memphis football family. And yours has become a Memphis football family. And you know what? You're both from Alabama. It origins in Alabama. They were up north of you. You do know that. You know they're from Huntsville.
Yeah,
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys from Memphis. Well, back in my day from Alabama. They recruited hard out of Alabama.
Matter of fact, Hazelwood, Don? Mm-hmm. He's in Alabama. So there's a lot of Alabama. There used to be a lot of recruiting of Alabama back in the 80s and 90s. Tim Jones.
Yeah, Tim.
Gordo.
Butler, Damon Young.
The list goes on and on and on.
Yeah, there's a bunch of guys. South Alabama, we had a few guys too. But yeah.
All right. Well, we got to take our last break of the night because I'm really late for it, aren't I? Yeah. All right. We'll take our final break right here on the Blue and Gray Show, brought to you by Tiger Paws Carpet and Upholstery Clean on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
Where Memphis comes for real sports talk. Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jerry Jeffries from Tiger Paws Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning. We're proud to be in our 5th year being the title and presenting sponsor of the Blue and Gray Show. We are a locally owned and operated business that supports our Memphis Tigers.
We've done this one, Jerry. Let's try something a little different.
Different?
Yeah, for instance, you guys are an amazing carpet repair company, too.
Anyone who's ever had pets knows that cats and dogs can destroy carpet. We can go to your home and save you thousands of dollars by repairing your carpet when you thought you would have to replace it.
Go on, tell them the best part.
What best part?
You know.
Oh, that I do the repair?
You hear? The owner of the company comes in and repairs your carpet that saves you thousands of dollars. Yeah, that's my favorite part. Okay, now the other stuff.
We can clean your whole home, ceiling to floor, for any budget, whether it's a one-time deep clean or regular visits to keep your home looking good. We can get you ready for that big party, too, and on short notice. All you gotta do is call us to make an appointment. 901-327-1884. All of our services have a warranty, and your satisfaction is guaranteed.
I love that part, too.
Can I finish catch this?
Sorry.
We do free in-home estimates, so you will know the price up front and the results you can expect when we are done. We have special discounts for rental properties, military, and first responders as well. We are a company that gives you great service at a fair price, so call us at Tiger Paws Carpet Upholstery Cleaning, 901-327-1884, or look for Tiger Paws Carpet Upholstery Cleaning on Facebook.
Since 1974, Bartlett Home Furnishings has been locally owned and operated, furnishing homes in Memphis and the Mid-South with beautiful quality furniture. At Bartlett Home Furnishings, we believe in providing you with the best service, quality, and value. We're committed to selling the best quality furniture for the best price. Our designers love helping customers select the right pieces for their homes, creating the room of your dreams, all the while working within your budget. Visit Bartlett Home Furnishings today at 2755 Bartlett Boulevard or at bartletthomefurnishings.memphis.com. Go Tigers!
The Blue and Gray Show is happy to have Tiger Bookstore back as our game day sponsor. Tiger Bookstore is...
Tiger Bookstore is my dad's favorite place to get his Tiger gear.
Dude,
yeah,
I'm busy here. And doesn't your family live in Missouri?
Tiger Bookstore's website is so easy that they can get their Tigers gear without leaving the house. Tiger Bookstore has got everything they need for tailgating, game day, and the latest in Tiger styles. I don't want to sound mean, but TigerBookstore.com is so easy my dad could do it.
Can I finish, please?
If you must.
Make sure you get by Tiger Bookstore before every home game to get your game day shirt for only $5. These shirts are a must-have for any Tiger fan. Tiger Bookstore is located at 3533 Walker Avenue, just off of main campus. Their friendly staff will help you get everything you need for the season.
You guys have heard me year after year brag about my Wolf Chase Honda CRV mobile studio. Well, I got rid of it. That's right, no more CRV. Now I've got an HRV. I went to Wolf Chase Honda and traded the CRV for a 2019 HRV EX. I'm like a kid in a candy store with this car. It's got all the toys. I don't even have to take my keys out of my pocket to drive. With the Honda sensing technology that includes collision mitigation and lane keeping assist, I'm going to be safer on the road too. Oh, and it's a beautiful blue, like a tiger blue. Now is a great time for you to go see them out at Wolf Chase Honda. They've got some amazing deals on Accords, CRVs, Civics, Pilots, and Fits in addition to the HRVs. They will not only make you a great deal, but they've got their premier service department in the Mid-South. Go by and see them at 2982 Germantown Parkway, which is just north of the Galleria, to get into a Honda today. Wolf Chase Honda, the official vehicle provider of the Blue and Gray Show.
Now, back to the Blue and Gray Show, brought to you by Tiger Paws Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning. Here once again is John Stacy.
There he sits with a pen and a yellow pad. What a handsome lad, that's my boy. BRLFQ spells mom and dad. Well, that ain't too bad, 'cause that's my boy. Well, you can have your TV and your nightclubs, and you can have your drive-in picture show. I'll stay here with my little man here. We'll listen to the radio, biding my time and watching Scotty grow.
You got to do it. Come on, bring it back. Bring us back. Come on, that was your song. How many hours did you sit around and watch Scotty grow?
Man, this was my dad. This song was out when I was a little kid. My mom and dad listened to it. It kind of makes you sad when kids growing up and about to be gone. It's depressing, really.
So now you got one of those at home that.
Well, he lives up by school, but he's already graduated. Got this football season, and we'll see what happens after that.
Just watching Scotty grow. That boy has grown. Good God. 6'9", 340?
No. He's 310, give or take, I guess, depending on how hot it is that day.
Man, I'll tell you what. Before we get out of here, I got to make sure I talk about our VA program. First and foremost, thanks to the good folks down at Accelerated Trucking down in Olive Branch. They donated 8 tickets and 4 parking passes for the Navy game. And y'all have no idea how great that is for these guys. And then we had others donate tickets. The school gave us seats for service this week. We put 34 tickets in the VA's hands this week with 4 parking passes.
So you give them the VA and they hand them out?
Well, I'll explain a little bit more in detail off the air. But let's just say it helps guys that need it.
Yeah.
guys and gals. There's several females that are in that program that we help out that does wonderful things for them down there. And I cannot thank you enough. Specifically, Chuck House at Keller Williams Realty, Believe Gymnastics out in Bartlett, Ty's Smokehouse Barbecue. Those are all people who have donated season tickets to this, and other people have donated tickets throughout the year. You can still, here's what you got. If you want to donate tickets to this, you pick up the phone, you call 678-1748 and tell them you want to buy tickets for the Blue and Gray Show's VA program. Be very specific about that and speak with Caleb Weed. He will take your money, and then we'll figure out what games we need tickets for, and then that's how you'll be charged for them. But it's $10 a ticket the rest of the way after Navy. So we got 3 games, and I still need help. We don't get those seats for service very often, and we need your help to fulfill these orders, to get these guys down to games, because it does have a very profound effect on a lot of these patients adjusting back to society. And it's something that I'm very proud of and glad to do. But that number again is 678-1748. I need to mention our sponsors again, too. Tiger Paws Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning, the best title and presenting sponsor. What? 2 years in a row.
2 years.
Yeah, 2 years in a row. Matter of fact,
but she's batting 1,000. They're batting 1,000 because it's only been around for 2 years.
Right. So they basically own it, is what you're telling me. I'm sorry, Jeffrey. I screwed that up. Oh, don't even think about that song. Wolf Chase Honda has been with us from day one. Bartlett Home Furnishings are now in their 2nd year with us. Tiger Bookstore, don't forget they got the game day T-shirts. Have you seen the game day T-shirt for this week?
Yes, I have. Looks great.
I've already got one.
I'll be picking mine up probably tomorrow or Wednesday.
You better get over there quick.
It just depends on when I'm going to Garibaldi's this week, because I always go to Baldi's and then go to the bookstore and get my shirt.
Because they do run out of them. Because they make a finite number of them, and then...
What size you wear?
XL.
I'll get all the XLs before he gets there.
Huh?
I'm going to buy them all before he gets there.
Then I guess I'm going tomorrow.
Jeremy's going to be happy about that. And then you want to get over there and check them out. Don't forget our friends at DTC Ventures. That's a company that, if you inherit something or come into a property or something like that you just don't know what to do with, DTC Ventures and Dana Capocacci are the folks that you need to talk to. 523-9591. They've helped attorneys and individuals that have unwanted properties, clean them up for them, get rid of them. It's a great company doing a great service. You can check out their spot as we play it for you, and they'll help you get through a mess that you had fall in your lap. Best thing about the last 2 hours, other than now you get to leave.
I was talking to some of the guys, don't get to talk to them all the time.
Right.
Talking about the family members that have played at the school.
Yeah, isn't that? I like this concept, but I tend to get a little sentimental about it.
Like to see us get more.
I would love to see us get a lot more. And you're right. And you guys are the ones that make that happen. That was like you invite and make sure Sam and Ray come out for Victory Walk. I think that right there is something that can help build that. And I like the fact that Mike doesn't if you're not a player, you ain't there.
Yeah.
That includes family, friends,
it's an ex-player.
Donors, nothing. That's a player thing only. And I think that builds a camaraderie that you can't get everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's good to see, the guys, the old guys, and, get to see each other.
Right.
Which, life's busy, don't get to do that often. So it's cool.
And we've said this before. It's just like me and my military buddies when we get around each other. You never know what's going to come out of our mouths. The stories we can tell.
Makeup.
See, this is where Drew, makeup. You couldn't hang with a military unit, and you know it. And him over there, forget it.
I got some stories from back in my day.
No.
I mean, I wasn't on a football team or in the military. I mean, I had somewhat of a brotherhood camaraderie. I was in a fraternity in my time at the University of Memphis.
No, we're not going
I know
there.
it's not close, but it's the closest thing a civilian or a non-athlete can get in college.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Probably they stick together more than anybody. The frat guys.
No.
know,
I've seen them
guys are-
abandon that ship too. For the rest of the way, we got our first little bye week here. We're a quarter of the way through the season. What do you think we need to improve the most? And what do you think that, wow, we're going to really be blowing guys' minds with what we do down the road?
Well, what do we need to improve with? I mean,
it's kind of hard to find right now, isn't it?
I'm looking forward to Patrick Taylor coming back, but the running backs are doing outstanding, which is great because that just, because these guys are young, so they got, 4 more years? 3 more?
3+ years, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there's always, I think the main thing is just at every position cleaning up the mistakes and, offensive line, defensive line, linebackers, quarterback, wide receivers, running backs. It's always, you're always trying to get better. You can't ever be happy with how, with what you did.
Right.
So, main focus, if I was them, is, it's always about the next game and just prepare and fix any mistakes you had. And
We asked this question last week, and I'll let you answer it. Who's the fourth guy that's going to run for 100 yards on this team?
The fourth guy.
Because this is the 5th time 3 guys have run for 100 yards in the same season. We've never had 4. Is there a 4th guy on this team capable of it?
Well, I've been hearing a lot about Tim Taylor, and he's a speedster from what I'm told. So
Yeah.
I think he could bust one out. It's kind of a good bad. We got so many good running backs. It's hard for them to get enough touches.
Travion Samuel is another one that I think could be that guy.
Yeah, it's just unless they just bust a 90-yard run, there's too many guys back there to get the number of touches to get 100 yards.
Right.
It's-
But we've had 3 with 100 this year.
Yeah.
It's only the 5th time in school history we've had that. To me, and I said this at South Alabama, I said that defensive coordinators across the AAC were going, "Phew, we don't have to worry about that Darrell Henderson breaking an 75, 80-yard runoff on us. Wait a minute. What's this kid, Gainwell kid, this Watkins kid? What's going on here?" It was Gainwell to me. And did you rewatch the broadcast?
About 10 times so far.
Okay. Did you hear what the announcer said Mike said about him?
What did he say?
He said it'd be one of the best to ever wear a Tiger uniform.
I did not hear that.
Now that's a little pressure.
I watched the live TV replay that I recorded. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I missed that.
By the way, those guys that came on the Alabama the night before we had that pep rally, they didn't speak to anybody but Dr. Rudd.
Oh, really?
No, they did. They're antisocial as it comes.
We were trying to get down for that, and by the time we got in town, it was too late.
Oh, it's fun. You missed a good time. It really was. The alumni said, and they're going to do something for Houston. So put that one on your calendar and get down there. I assume y'all fly a hop.
Well, it all depends. I'm trying to go to every game.
Okay.
And so it works a little bit on my schedule. But if Houston, I think we're going to be at.
Okay.
The Temple's one I really
Have you
wanna go
been?
to.
Have
It's
you ever
gonna be
been to
the
Philly?
toughest.
Well, you played the league, but did you get to do any sightseeing at Philly?
In Philly? No, not football wise.
I will tell, but just sightseeing.
Yeah, I've been with trips.
Right.
I do now. I've been there and walked around a little bit, but nothing
See,
extravagant.
I'm looking forward kind of the drive back down to D.C. the next day or that evening. I'm going to stop by Washington Crossing Park again because I need to. That's where Washington crossed the Delaware, and there's just so much history up there. I have a good time just doing it. All right, I got to wrap this up. A couple of minutes. Scott, thank you.
Hey, my pleasure.
The relief pitcher, the closer comes in and closes again. We'll get Sam and Ray in here another night, but we apologize if you were turning in for that and it didn't happen. But there were family emergencies, and family always comes first.
And that family emergency was a baby being born.
Yeah, I think that was part of it. Yeah, I'm finding out different, but we'll talk later. where we are here next week. Danton Bartow in studio. Got a couple of calling guests that I am not telling you who it is because I'm not telling Bartow. I am going to surprise Bartow for the first time in 4 years. You know how hard it is to surprise Danton Bartow? It is. Once again, I want to thank Jerry Jeffries and Tiger Paws Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning for being the title and presenting sponsor right here on the Blue and Gray Show. Without them, quite simply, it doesn't happen. I want to thank my friend Scott Dale for coming in tonight, and always fun, isn't it? And then the guy across over there, Drew Barrett, without him, none of this is possible. He's been with me from day one, and I'm going to get to watch him get married. Jeez, I'm old. I get sentimental on this stuff, but he's the one paying. I'm just glad I don't have to be the one to pay for it.
I ain't paying for it either.
Well, there is that.
I'm paying for the groomsmen stuff, but the wedding, not me.
Okay. All right, everybody. I want to thank everybody for listening. Sorry about the Facebook feed tonight. Nothing we can do about that. I will get the show up on the Facebook page here in the next few hours. But for Drew Barrett, for Scott Dill, I'm John Stacy. Jerry, congratulations once again. The Blue and Gray Show right here on Sports 56, WHBQ 96.1 and 87.7.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
The following is a presentation of Westwood One Sports.
Last week, the Cleveland Browns needed their playmakers to come up big, and they did just that.
First and 10, fakes Anna. He throws to Odell Beckham Jr. catches to the 25, foot race to the 30, on the hash mark the 40, foot race to the 50, from the 40, on the numbers the 30, breaks a tackle 20, down the near sideline 10, 5, touchdown! Odell Beckham Jr., a quick hitter, 89-yard touchdown pass, Baker Mayfield to Odell Beckham Jr. in his return to MetLife Stadium.
Tonight, Odell Beckham Jr. and the Browns face the defending NFC champion LA Rams.
Yes, going against a team like this and seeing where you measure up, we're going to be tested in each and every category, each and every position. So we're up for the matchup, and